under Project 2.1 and 2.2. Good evening to those here, to those of you watching this recording later. We're going to go through Projects 2.1 and 2.2 tonight, so you have a video recording of those to go by. You'll find these embedded under Project 2.1 and 2.2 in your Moodle. Whom would like to share their screen to do Project 2.1, which you've pretty much half done already? So I'll get somebody to volunteer their screen. Amber, do you want to pop your screen up? I'll turn on screen sharing. Or Michelle or Oksana, anybody, don't be shy. I'll have somebody volunteer their screen. We'll go through this. You can see that exercise 1 is already finished. We just need the screenshots just by you setting up your Hyper-V. And then exercise 2 is our Hyper-V networks. Craig waiting to get in. Oh, I did not let him in last time. My bad. Hang on. I shouldn't have a waiting room. You guys should be able to pop right in. Hang on. Craig should be in here. I don't have to let anybody into this waiting room. You guys just pop right into my office hours. Yeah, Craig's here. Good evening. Craig, good to see you, sir. Oh, Craig, yeah, we're just doing office hours tonight because it's family day, but we'll do Project 2.1 and 2.2, and we'll leave a video recording and the recording's on. So mind the profanity. Amber's going to share her screen for Project 2.1. You can see on the instructions for Project 2.1 in your Moodle. Okay, so there's the basic lab scenario. It's just that you're going to be now setting up on-premise servers virtually. So that's Hyper-V servers. You have cloud, then you have your physical laptop, and then you have on-prem your Hyper-V. That's just all that means. Exercise 1, first step in migrating is the Hyper-V on a new server role. You guys have already installed Windows servers, including the Hyper-V role. You need 2 screenshots for scenario or for exercise 1. Everybody in the class should be done this step just by completing NATO 3 months ago. Okay, and if not that, by doing lesson 1, lab 1, and building your Progresso network. Okay, so what we have is to install the Hyper-V role and configure the Hyper-V server role. To do that, so Amber, I'm going to have you go into your type in control in your search bar. We'll grab the screenshot from control panel showing all the boxes checked off. That's just the best way to verify it. Open up your control panel. Okay, and then everyone's seeing this, so Amber's got her set up correctly here. If you're still showing small icons here, change it to large icons, pardon me, change it to small icons so you see all the administrative options come up. Then we're going to go into P for program and features. We're going to go into P for program and features. Okay, inside of program and features, we go on the left-hand side. Left-hand side, turn Windows features on or off. Okay, and all you want to do is maximize this box, open up all those Hyper-V boxes, extend your plus signs. There you go. Extend out every plus sign. Every plus sign. How did you pull off virtualization? Okay, I need you to check those boxes up there at the top. Check every Hyper-V box. Yep, everyone. Okay, take your screenshot. There's your first screenshot. Yeah. Amber, when you're done doing Project 2.1 and 2.2, reboot your actual whole laptop altogether there, and then the extra stuff will join. Okay, so do
Perfect.
Awesome. Screenshot number 1 we've got. Yay. Man, are you guys all down east? I heard that you're just getting pummeled with the weather. Is that correct? Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I see the planes are landing sideways down there, so hopefully everyone's okay. No, I know those runways get slippery. Okay, guys, do this. Project 2.1. All right, our second screenshot is just type now, Amber, type in Hyper-V Manager, which you already have open. You already have open. We just want to go back and open up this app down here. And all you want to do is just show that it's installed. So would you look at this? Here's your very awesome second screenshot for Project 2.1. And that you'll see this pattern continue. So I hope you guys appreciate this is like when you start WAS 2, your labs aren't graded. Okay, only the projects are. Now, you've paid for access to all this lab resources, so it's set up in a way where they're going to say, well, spend the time to do it. So the time management is the only challenge when it's there. The projects in WAS 2, you have 2 projects. One is like this easy. One is mildly difficult. You'll be able to get like 90s at least on both. Don't stress the project side. Make sure we're always hitting the labs. Okay, Amber, get those 2 screenshots in for exercise 1. Then we're going to do exercise number 2, guys. All right, so now Amber, exercise 2 in your Hyper-V manager on your right-hand column, on the far right-hand column, go and find virtual switch manager. Okay, you're going to have to create 3 switches here. When it asks for the network, it's just saying the actual network capability for it. So set up your switch, the virtual switch. So you have to make one of each. You're just going to make one external switch, one internal, and one private switch. You're going to title these switches, please, to make things not confusing going into WAS 2 for you, please label this Project 2. Just call it the Project 2 external, Project 2 internal, and Project 2 private, and keep it set up that way.
Can I put spaces or no spaces in it?
You should be able to or hyphenate it, have hyphens, put hyphens through
Okay.
everything for it, please and thank you. Just because you guys will find that when you issue PowerShell commands, it won't always work if you have a space between something within the title there. It can lead to some errors. The easiest way to get around it is just put hyphens between every word. So when you have to run in a server name remotely on a PowerShell, there's no issues with the double quotes around it and any of that. Always never have spaces. Never have
Okay.
spaces in the name, and it will make all of your directory searches and all your PowerShell
Okay.
commands that much easier in the future. Good habit,
Okay.
you know. Yeah, and then hit enter. It's no hard. Oh, apply, apply, apply. I'm so sorry. Apply, good ma'am. There you go. Yeah, just hit OK. Do, 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 do. Okay, and now don't hit OK yet. We're going to stay right here, and now you're going to make a new switch after. Oh, it may change out, but we're going to make another new switch now. Okay, so now I guess hit OK, and then we'll have to go back in. Yep.
Oh,
Actually, stop. Stop for 1 second. I'm going to show you guys something. Click on Virtual Switch again. Click on your Virtual Switch Manager, and we're going to make one edit to Project 2 External. Left click on Project 2 External. Yep, left click. Oh, on the bottom. Okay, right here. Right here is your actual network adapter. That's the network, that's the NIC in the left side of your laptop right now. So if you
okay.
actually attach this, if you were to actually use this inside of Progresso, okay, the way that the external switch is supposed to be used, you would not be able to get internet on your host
Oh,
laptop. You'd have to sign into your virtual machine.
okay.
Would work, but it's going to take over control of the NIC in your laptop and redirect it only to Hyper-V. And I say this to everyone. I say this to everyone.
Okay.
It's going to be starting in WAS 2, you'll add an external switch. The only way to stop it from disrupting with your home internet is you have to change the NIC. So they give you a built-in, like essentially a loopback adapter sort of. So click here, click here. It's not you should have a second option in this box called family controller. Do you or no? Click here again.
No.
Okay. Those of you whom do, you should have a second option called family controller.
Jason, no, I have two, but one is Ethernet connection and the other one is wireless. That's the only options we get.
For the wireless one for this. Okay, so you're gonna set this one to uh use your wired one. Are you using wireless right now?
I'm using wireless. I don't know about her.
Okay, so
She's using wired, I guess.
yeah, that's what it's gonna, yeah, assume to be on there. So if you're on wireless, you can set the other one to Ethernet so it does not, because Ethernet means wired every time within Hyper-V, so it won't disrupt there. To those of you whom do, because it is a common option to have something called a family controller pop up under there, set it to that, please. Set it to that. So Amber, when it comes time to actually connect your external network for it, you may, for one lab, and I'm explaining this, Amber, so it applies to everybody because there's going to be lots of you watching this recording like a week from now trying to rush and get it in. I want you just to remember that if you use an external switch and it's your actual laptop's network adapter in the dropdown that you've selected, it will take internet away from your host PC and it will redirect it to your what was I going to say? To your Hyper-V server, pardon me. Okay, and you'll be able to access the internet just fine through that device using the external switch, but you'll lose it off the host. Try and switch it to the other option. Okay, hit OK here, Amber. Thank you much. And we're going to add the next 2 switches, and then you'll have your final screenshot that you need. If only every project was this basic. But of course, in the workplace, you're not going to get paid the salary you want just to sit around and build virtual switches here in Hyper-V all day. And if you do, take that job. My goodness. Okay, so project 2 hyphen, make this one either, yeah, internal. There you go. Man, it's gonna be minus 48 with the wind chill here. overnight. I go for a walk every night after teaching, so I'm gonna freeze my butt off. Boom, boom,
Hmm.
boom, boom. So I mean, you guys are getting lots of. Do you guys get I can't imagine you get wind chill in Southern Ontario. I used to live in Toronto as a little kid. We never had wind chill. You guys get wind chill in Ottawa?
We get it very
Uh,
bad here, actually. Yeah,
yeah,
Because you're
big
in the
time.
valley, right? Aren't you?
of
Yeah,
course, of
Yeah.
right in
course.
the valley.
Yeah. Internal. Final. What? One more
Oops.
switch. One more switch is
Yeah,
the
one more. Yeah.
private. Nice, nice. Awesome. Kate, take your screenshot on the left-hand side. You need to show your virtual switches that you've created on the left-hand side there, Amber. Okay. That's all that you need. If you guys use like any of those marking tools inside of your snipping tools and stuff to like circle stuff, just circle those 3 switches. And there you go. There's your 100% on Project 2-1, which is worth 12.5% of your final grade in this course. So there you go.
Okay.
Go ahead, take a moment to save your screenshots in there, and then go ahead and have that submitted. And then we'll get ready for Project 2-2. Here, pop your screen off there, my friend. I'll get someone else to share their screen, and we'll take turns going through all this funky jazz together. Awesome job there, Amber. Thanks for, I guess you've shared it enough times to earn your participation. We'll find a way to give you a bonus, Marcus.
Thank you.
Hey, no worries. Okay, submit that. Hey, Michelle, do you want to share your screen? We'll do Project 2 her, sir.
Sure, I can do that.
Please and thank you. We'll go through it all together there. Guys, take a moment just to get your Project 2-1 submitted. So if you're watching this at home, that took us, 2 seconds shy of 12 minutes to create from start to finish Project 2-1, have it done up and submitted. So there you go, guys. Get that taken care of for yourselves and go from there. Okay, so now what we want to do here is they have 2 extra servers that we have to go ahead and install. So we're going to build 2 new servers together, server 1 and server 2. Then what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and create minimum 30 gigs saved to each. Okay, and then what we're going to do is create some virtual storage units with this. It looks like disk management. All right, yeah, we're going to set up RAID storage on virtual disks. Okay, and then we'll set up an iSCSI target server and go through all these steps here together too. Okay, so guys, let's do this. We have to build 2 servers, a DC1 and a server 1. So Michelle, go through the steps there. We'll build these servers. He's got his built. Okay, so we're going to go off of this. I'm not going to show the steps to build it now. If you don't have these extra servers built, we're just going to watch Michelle's screen. Okay, so that you know how to do that. I'm still getting some emails, no one from in here and stuff, but just some of the folks watching at home. I got some emails just in terms of issues as to why we can't get connection. If you can't, some of us have jumped some steps in the class and you've been doing the labs with us without moving your machines into the domain. And that's caused a few errors. And so some of you have had to kind of go back. And if we can't reverse engineer it, you've rebuilt. I've noticed when you've rebuilt that we haven't turned off domain networks when we rejoin the domain. That will prevent you from being able to ping and communicate. So we have to get it all sorted out here. So when you're doing this, make sure that you build your DC1 and your server 1 there correctly. You don't have to bring these guys into the domain, but when you're doing your building in general, watch all that. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is for your first step, in number 1 there, take a screenshot of Hyper-V and just show both your machines. And stick that right above task 1, stick that under prepare your lab environment with the number 1, and then move it down and there's a task 1.
Hey, Jason, just a quick question.
Yep.
For this project, we have to create 2 new servers, right?
Correct.
Okay. So we haven't done that. We have to do that first.
Absolutely. And that's why I was saying Michelle has done it. We're just going to kind of watch his screen for it and stuff. There's no different steps. Now, in the instructions for the 2 servers, you do not have to join them. They're not part of the Progresso network. These are standalone servers that you guys will use again next month to do additional tests on or additional configurations with in your WAS2 project. Okay, so now the first thing that we need to do is we're going to go for task 1. For task 1, what we're going to do is the machine that's titled DC1. So the machine that's titled DC1, I'm going to have you open it, go to settings here. And then we're going to yeah, I know you have added it already, but we're just going to show how to add it. We're going to show how to add it. Everyone that's live in class with us or in office hours here right now will add it. Or watch, we'll go through the steps and see it. So the first thing that we want to do here is we need to add 4 extra virtual hard disks. Okay, so what we want to do, okay, is you go up to your SCSI controller, we go to add. You're doing it there, we can hit the plus sign. Go up to the add hardware, highlight add hardware at the very top. Okay, so there's a SCSI controller. Click add on this. Okay, and there it pops up down there for it, and you choose hard drive. We'll click add. You can delete this right after, Michelle. Thank you for showing. Then you'll have your SCSI controller set up here. Now, I want to show you something super important. This is the most common thing that we overlook, and sometimes it stops everything from working. I'm going to do a count for you right here. Let's see. Right now, Michelle has 1 hard drive, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. I want to do... We're making the 5th. We all see that this would be the 5th hard drive. Okay. Look at its location. It defaults to 0. However, it's in use. This is your slot 0. This hard drive occupies slot 1. This one occupies slot 3, slot 4. So this is assuming that you've got, like, on your server multiple slots to install and take NICs in and out of, just like the network adapter in your laptop. Now, however, slot 0 is occupied by this guy. So when you add a new SCSI controller each and every time, we come down here and we have to make this change. So click on that drop down, please. Go to the location drop down and adjust that to 4. Okay. Now to do it, okay, now you look at this, and now we're going to see that here's a virtual hard disk. We're not attaching an existing one. I want you guys to see this. This gives us the option that if he's done edits, configurations, stored data on hard disk number 1, but now there's a change in the project, but you keep one as a control, one as the variable, add the new hard disk, and then you proceed if you need it based on what's currently saved on another hard drive. You have that option, and all you do is that. It's no different than if you forget to add the ISO file during your install. We just simply go back and add the ISO file here, and then you can install it. That makes sense? Okay, so we have that option there. Now we're going to go ahead and hit apply. Okay, so there it is there. He's got his hard drives. Now we're going to do a quick check with Michelle and make sure that this first hard drive is in slot 0. Hard drive 1, slot 0. So click there. Perfect. Now hard drive 2, slot 1. You see, he's got it changed in his location up to 1. There you go. That's well done. Always just watch for this. If you guys are ever helping out other folks and stuff like that, always just watch out for this. Please and thank you. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we have this virtual hard disk number 2. Okay, go to hard disk number 3, my friend. Oh, look at that. 2 in use. Well done, well done. Go to the next one. 3. So there's the 4. You'll need 4 virtual hard disks added. I think so disk 1, add 4 extra. Okay, so sorry. You need 5 in total. I guess you need 5 in total, so it's a good thing that we got this 5th one added. Because disk 1, so disk 0 is in slot 0, disk 1 is slot 1, disk 2, slot 2, and so on. Okay, so you'll build 4 new disks, and every time you add them, you're going to adjust which location. And you look at it like this. I cannot physically ram another network adapter on top of a slot that already is occupied by a network adapter. Awesome. Go ahead, take a screenshot of these hard drives. And there you go. There's your task number 1 screenshot for project 1. If anybody wants help building these virtual hard disks, see me in office hours tomorrow. If you're watching this video recording later, see me in office hours Tuesday through Thursday of this week, and probably Friday too, since it's the final week. Okay, so there's your screenshot for task 1. Now what we have to do is we're going to turn on DC1. We're going to turn on DC1. Okay, and then you're going to get into disk management there. So Michelle, power up disk management. And you can see from his sign in, we don't need to be, you're not adding this. Please do not add either DC1 or server 1 into your Progresso network. They're separate. Watch how you title and name things in your Hyper-V manager. It will create unnecessary stress and frustration for you if you go the other way with it. All right. So he's got his disks added into here. So I might get you to add a couple more there, and then we're going to go through the steps for it. So on the, you should scroll, I'm sorry, Michelle, scroll down, please, to disk number 4. Okay, so that blue one on the very bottom is the one that we've just added, and that one's not provisioned with anything yet. So what we're going to do is just use that one as an example. I need folks watching this recording later to please understand that when you see Michelle's screen, he's done his, okay? So these guys are configured because he's done the project 2 steps. He's going to, Michelle will demonstrate it on disk 4, but everyone will be doing this step on disk 1, okay? And if there's confusion or questions, you'll see me in office hours or email, and we'll get it looked after. Okay, so now we're going to use the disk management tool, manage simple volumes, configure and match. Okay, so I think we missed the initialize step. Scroll to the left. Can you scroll to the left, please? And thank you. No, never mind. I can see it when I adjust it. Okay, go up to disk 4. Go on, or your bottom. Go to disk 4 and right click it. Initialize it. Okay.
It's already initialized, but
Okay. Oh, did you click it already? Okay.
no, I just did it by itself.
Okay, this is all I need. Okay, so here's your task 1 screenshot. Just that you can see the disks in disk management. I suppose you're being tested on your ability to navigate the start menu to disk management. Who knows? But these projects do offer us nice screenshots, easier screenshots to take. Okay, so task 2, here's your screenshot. Okay, now if yours show a red X in the left-hand column, your disks, you're going to right-click and click on Initialize. You're going to right-click and click on Initialize. That's the only additional step. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up RAID storage. Right-click on disk 4. Right-click. Okay, and we should have a... oh, sorry, go on the far left-hand column. Go on the far left, right-click there. Convert to dynamic. Does it say offline or you have it online right now?
It's online right now. I have the option to turn it off.
Why can't I get my screen to adjust? I can't see. It's online, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Take it offline for a second.
Okay,
Okay,
it's off.
right click on it now. No, right click and put it back online. Initialize it. Yeah, and then select your menu again. Right click on there, convert it. Okay, convert it to dynamic. Yep, disk 4. Hang on. Oh, go back there. Right click again.
On the
In here.
on
Oh, in here, and go to I don't want to shrink it there. We have it at the full 30 gigs for it. Why didn't it default to RAID for it when it's set up there?
I think you have to delete the volume before it'll show up.
Oh, click on delete volume then. Okay. Now right click here. Okay, here we go. We got to do a new simple volume. Okay, guys. So, oh, whoa, hit cancel. I'm just gonna go through each of these steps. Okay, so have it so we're showing like this. So if it came back, we need it showing this unallocated. I'm sorry, when I do it on mine starts off as unallocated, not as online. So Michelle had to take his offline. Brandon let us know that we have to delete the volume to bring it back to unallocated. If yours just begins with unallocated, go ahead from here. If you have to bring it back to unallocated, please follow these steps. Please now click on New Simple Volume at the top. Okay, we'll go through next. What did it want here for this single volume for it? 30. Or take the maximum amount. Take this maximum that it gives you. Go next. Yeah. What did it want for the drive letter? Mount, NTFS, default. Label it. Can you label this? When you go into the label for the new volume, we'll call this Project 2. We'll call it Project 2 so that you see it on there. I think you may have labeled that up top there for it, but just call it Project 2. What's that bottom box say?
Enable
file?
file and folder
No.
compression.
No, sir. No. Hit next. Okay, and hit finish. Okay, now right click it again. And change. Go to format. No, that's not what I'm looking for there, man. Where's my rainbow? Boom, boom, boom. Why am I not getting the new striped volume to show up? Sorry, let me take a quick look in my disk management. Hang on, do a restart on this. Would you restart your DC1? I want to see
Yeah.
what I can't get by. You have mirrored volume turned to red for you guys to here. Do a reboot on this, would you? Okay, and then yeah, we're just gonna get into your disk management again. Thanks, Bob. Right click disk management. Okay, we're gonna go down. Let's find this guy. Right click in the where it says disk 4. Go all the way over to the far left. Yep, right click. Okay. Turn it off, add another disk. Maybe it's because we don't have a second disk to set up for the other one. It won't let us stick it on disk 0 because you have that one spoken for. So let's turn this guy off. You're gonna add a sixth disk. Add a sixth virtual hard disk that we can use to configure.
Okay.
All right, so set that one up. Make sure the slot number is changed for it too, and then we're gonna get back in there and then we'll set that one up. Okay, yeah, when we pop back in, we're gonna unallocate both. Please and thank you.
Oh wait, I think I did it wrong. 1 second. That's a me issue.
No, no worries, man. Sorry to make you hop back and forth there. Go back. We're just gonna. Is he still turned on? Just hit cancel if he's still running. Okay, he's good. Settings, and then we'll just go.
I
up.
think it's because I
Oh.
think it's because I set it up wrong. So I think
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
that was my fault.
No. Okay. No power on. Oh, my bad. Hang on, let's just pop this guy off. We'll take just a quick sec. There may be something that's just conflicting with the drive. Just power him off, then we'll pop back into it there.
I think we're now.
Okay.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, and then let's unallocate that top one, sorry.
You want me to just format it?
Just delete it. Delete that volume. Yep. Okay, and then right click the far column now where it says disk 4 and disk 5. So go into there. Yep.
Do you want me to turn it online?
Yep.
And initialize
Initialize.
this.
Yep. Okay, and now right click where it says disk 4. Okay, here we go. Now okay, so we needed to add the second disk, obviously, so that the raid would kick in because we can't do raid on just one. There's no point. So it's task number 2. What we want to do is it wants mirrored, does it? Mirrored or striped. Okay, so you can see on the left-hand side when Michelle clicks there, you have your 3 different raid options that it gives you: spanned, striped, and mirrored. And I know they started talking about this way back in CHHS. We don't really look at it since then. We're going to go with the mirrored for this just so that you have it on multiple disks. That's what this scenario asks for in your project. So choose new mirrored. Okay, and when you go through the steps, we'll hit next here. It should allow you to add the second disk. So he should have disk 4 and 5 both added. Now, hang on, watch for 1 sec. So guys, when you see him do it up here, just maybe yank this screen into the middle just a tad, sir. Thank you much. Okay, guys, watching this at home, when you see him do it, the button that he's hitting, he's just selecting this add to move them over there. But you have all the disks that you've added. So when you start this lab and you add 4, all 4 will be in here. All 4 will be in here. Okay. Move over just 2. And then I think you put on the different volume on the other 2. So move over the first 2 to start. The ones that you've added, your disk 0 is that C drive. Okay. And that represents like the original hard drive in there. So you're only working on the 4 that you've built, not the original, not the one that comes with it. So hit next here. Okay. And then change the following letter. It gave you G. That works. Hit next. We're going to leave this default. NTFS default. Okay, so for label for the new volume, we'll call this project 2. Okay. And hit next. And then we're going to go into finish. And okay. Okay, we should see them change color if we've done this correctly. Okay, so while we're waiting, this is his screenshot. Okay, so here's his screenshot for task 2. We just asked him to repeat the steps he did on disk 1 and 2, not disk 0. Disk 0 is the C drive, right? So your disk 1 through 4 are the ones that he's added. He's put mirrored on both. So go ahead, Michelle, take a screenshot. Having just 2 disks out of the 4 coded as mirrored is your screenshot right there. That's your task 2. You should still have 2 disks remaining, which we don't. Okay, and now in this case, the next steps that we're going to do is it says just to manage simple volume. Okay, and a simple volume wizard is what he's done already, and that brought it to the blue color code just by running the new simple volume, task 1 through task 4. Okay. Okay, task 1 through task 4. Okay. So there's your next. So Michelle's screenshot for task 4 would have been either of these guys, and all you got to do is bring it to blue. Just run a new simple volume. So once it's in there, just there you go. So it will be unallocated on the right-hand side and just a new simple volume. That's all he did. He did that initially earlier in this recording when we had just the 1 disk. Okay, so once you complete that, there's your step. There's your screenshot for task number 4. Okay, now we have to configure the iSCSI server on our target machine here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get this guy all set up for task number 5. Go ahead and just get that final screenshots set up there, and then we'll go from there. Okay, and then when you're ready for DC1, what we're going to do is you're going to now go into Server Manager. So you can close this window for exercise 2 for the next part of your project number, or sorry, for task 5. For task 5 for the iSCSI target server, what we're going to have to do is set up the iSCSI storage for it. So we're going to go ahead. Now, the first step is this DC1. We're going to have to turn this guy eventually into a new. Yeah, we're going to have to turn him into a DC1. So we're going to have to add your Active Directory and your DNS, and we'll promote him to a domain controller. Okay. So set up that way. Actually, I don't see them telling you to put into a domain. The fact that they say DC1 implies that it should be the server 1 for it. So we'll try it that way. We'll go without for the steps, see how far we get, but I think we need them in a domain for the iSCSI target server. So let's start this way. Server Manager, go up to Manage, Add Roles and Features. Okay. Hit Next. Hit Next. Hit Next. Where's iSCSI? It should be right here in the first page, shouldn't it? Let's just read through it there. Where's your iSCSI should be, oh, sorry, File and Storage Services. F, expand F. Expand. It's under one of these drop downs. Open up the top drop down. iSCSI. Well, yeah, you've done this step already. Okay, so you have your iSCSI selected here for it. There's your first screenshot. Take this first screenshot, please. There's your first screenshot. Just to show that you've got it added in there. Okay. Well, now once you have this, you do need to reboot. If I recall correctly, you do have to reboot. Michelle has it added, so he doesn't need to. Go ahead and hit cancel here. Now, once you've rebooted your DC1, his is not in the domain, so it just verifies the theory. You don't have to put them in the domain. Keep them as just 2 servers, DC1, server 1. On the one title DC1, all right, he added it under Manage Roles Features. He found it, as he showed you in the video, under File and Storage Services, and it's that top, the 2 subdirectories open up, expand the top subdirectory, go down in iSCSI target server, as he showed you, is selected on its own. Now, left click on File and Storage Services on the left-hand side. Left click here and choose iSCSI. iSCSI should be second from the bottom. Okay, so he's got iSCSI target server opened up in here. Now what we're going to be doing with these guys is we have to go ahead and get this all installed. So for your iSCSI, I think okay. Left click on, right click on ice, or right click on that first disk that's highlighted. Right click. And okay, so the first option should be start the new iSCSI disk wizard. Start the new iSCSI disk wizard. Okay, that should be your first option that you see in there.
You talk about up here under tasks.
Task, sorry, there you go. Yeah, new iSCSI virtual disk, go through there. Okay, then we'll select this. Okay, and then highlight yours and we'll go next. Okay, click on, yeah, down there, go next. Okay, and then your disk name for this, so we'll call this project 2. Awesome. Okay, so now for your disk name there. Okay, yeah, call it project 2 and you're good. Disk size, it's supposed to be 30, right? Is that the size that we want for these? Sort to send. Okay, yeah, move them. Actually, you know what? 60 gigs. It doesn't say. So keep them at 10. Put 10 on here. Use 10 out of the 30. Type 10 because we have to. One of your later exercises is to extend it by 10. Keep it here for 1 second. I think this. Okay, so you have 3 configurations for your disk. There's the fixed. Please don't use that. And then there's dynamically indifferencing. Please always keep it selected to dynamic in the middle of the default unless you're advised different. Every Progresso project is based on Progresso building its company on a project by project basis. Your activity goes like this, like this, like this. So that's why it's saying dynamic. It wants to look for your busy times. You can store more. For the slower times, you don't need as much. So keep it on dynamically expanding. RAID requires it. Hit next. Okay. Hit next here. Okay, perfect. Grab a screenshot. There's your settings, or hit close, whatever you prefer. But this is a fine screenshot to show in here that you've installed it. Yeah, and hit close.
Or create. I'll just create
Or
it.
create, sorry. Yeah, go with create, and there you go. And hit close and let it show up there. Perfect. Okay, so we don't have them connected yet because we have to set up server number 1 for it now. We have to set up server number 1 for it. So let's go ahead and set up server number 1 for it. How we are going to do that is, I guess, power on server 1, which he's doing. Okay, and then we have to get into there. I configure it to server 1. All right, okay. Okay, so for this guy right here, click on your file and storage services, please, on the left-hand side. There's your storage files. Okay, let's go and add iSCSI for him. Or wait, sorry. Bump. Go up to tasks in here. Why is your Michelle, when you on your DC1, when you first did your iSCSI, did you have like a blue wizard, or sorry, not blue, did you have a blue link first show up in your iSCSI when you clicked on it to run the wizard?
I think so, yeah.
Can we do this? Would you mind? Can you go back to your DC1? Can you remove your iSCSI target server, and can we redo it so I can show like the actual wizard that will show up from the start? I know you've done it and you've submitted it, you're good, but just to see it right from the start. So he's going to go back to his DC1. Let's remove this iSCSI target server, or the target server feature. We'll re-add it so that we go through the wizard from the beginning. Yep, so just expand, remove. He's doing this. He's just doing this so
I
that
don't
we
know how
can...
to remove it.
Sorry?
I don't know how to remove it.
Oh, it's installed already into it too. Target storage services. Hang on, did we add the wrong one? I may have added the wrong one. No, you just need the target server one selected for it. Okay, so that's fine. Close this out. Close this out.
You want me to go back to the server?
Yeah, I want you to go back on DC1 though. Go back to DC1, please, for 1 second and open up your file and storage services back inside the ice. Do you have a static IP? You must have a static IP for each machine, right?
Yeah, I got it set up.
Okay, so they're all set up there for it then.
I think what you had to do in the next step for server, I think you needed to check like disks or something.
You would check
And
disk
then-
here. Okay, go through that step. What was the step?
And then I think you had to like rescan storage or something. I'm not sure.
That's when we're inside disk management later. I'm missing that's something down here. There's one step within iSCSI. Just keep showing it through here. Storage services, iSCSI. There should be a start a new iSCSI virtual disk wizard. And I don't go back to DC1. Go back please to DC1. Yeah, and go back there. Okay, left click on it. The iSCSI. Okay, yeah, thank you, Craig. Type iSCSI in that search bar at the top. iSCSI. I need that. Yeah. In
Which
that
search bar?
upper left there. Sorry, filter, I guess.
Oh. Like there?
No, or down in your search bar. Sorry, in the bottom left here. Yeah, there we go. Click on this. Yeah, click yes. And what takes us to here? Okay, this is not necessary. Okay, here's your sorry. Okay, so he's got his disk set up. Now we're gonna set up the initiator. So he typed in initiator, set it up. You need to type in your server 1, please.
Oh, I don't remember the IP for it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's in your network.
Oh wait, actually. Yeah.
Oh, just file explorer network properties. Or IP config if you want quick. Oh yeah, he's outside the domain, so you just get that. Okay. Now Michelle here is typing in his IP address for the iSCSI target 192.168.0.2. Did it take it?
No, it didn't.
I haven't done any of this if you wanted to use mine. Because I do have the wizard.
You do have a blue link wizard in the
Yeah.
middle. Right? Okay, so Michelle, can we pop yours off just for 1 second? I just want the eyes on Brandon's there. Sorry, yeah, thanks. Because something's throwing me. Like I'm trying to go through my memory for how we built this. So if you want to share your screen there, Brandon. Okay, there is a wizard that we do want to follow right in the start here. And I may have thrown myself off in doing it, so I apologize for any misdirection. Restart it.
Sorry, just 1 sec.
Yep. Thank you for sharing there. I recall like there should be like a link like smack dab right in the middle if I've got my memory correct, but maybe I'm down. Oh, hey, okay, guys. So right here when you add your iSCSI. Okay, so you've added the virtual hard disks, okay, as Michelle showed us. Now Brandon sees us here. We're going to click on this link. Click on this link. Okay, so now we have to set up which disks that we want to select for it. Now we choose which disks there that we're going to select. Okay, so you have, which options does it give you? Go with your C drive for it. You want to select the C drive that we'll do the storage on. Yeah, perfect. Highlight the C drive there, and we'll go next. We're going to choose the C drive for it because he'll use that I suppose it's just the variable that you want to go with. Okay, so now on the next name here, type in project 2. Type in project 2. Description. We don't need that. You would in the, I don't know if, I guess you, whenever the email from your boss, copy his reason, stick it in there, hit next. Okay, the size for this guy, what's the free space is 19 point something. Go with, hang on, because we have to add it by 10 later on. Make this one 7. Make it 7. Yeah, perfect. And dynamically expanding. We always keep dynamically expanding. Go next. Yep. And assign the target. New SCSI target. Type it. Can you click in target name or no?
No, I have to actually create
a new
one.
target here. Okay. Go next here. The name for the target name for this, let's go with our Edmonton, or sorry, go with your server 1. Go with your server 1 there for it, please. For the name of it, do like EDM, or sorry, call it like what you've labeled your server 1.
Oh, mine's gonna be different.
Okay. And then click add on access servers.
Add on access servers.
Yes, sir. Please and thank you. Okay, now query. Okay, let's. What name does it want here? Try the IP address of your server 1 here.
Hold on, I gotta grab it.
Yep. Sorry. DC1 for the initiate. Is this the?
This is DC1.
Query initiator compute. Click browse. Click browse. I'm pretty sure we have to make this the DC one that you do this off of. Yeah, type in. Oh, you're doing this on your Progresso DC one. Yeah, that's fine. Kate, hit cancel. Type in Progresso DC one if you're doing it that way.
This is my fresh one, by the way.
Okay.
This isn't a Progresso one.
Oh, okay.
Should we
Okay,
be
go down
setting
to
up the
type.
server before or something?
Go down to type and we'll move. Try type. Go down to type and change this to the DNS name. Oh, sorry, IP address. You have the IP address. Yeah, punch in the IP address here of this machine that you're on, Brandon.
Does it matter if it's not static?
It has to be static. So go change it. Yeah, you have the APIPA, so we're just going to go ahead and change it to static. It does need to be static because we're giving it as a specific target. So Brandon has a good question. We can't keep it on automatic like DHCP assigned. It would have to be on static for it. If this is on DHCP now and it's not, or sorry, if you're on an APIPA now and you're not in Progresso, what switch are you using? A default switch?
I believe I'm using the
Internal?
private one.
Private kit.
Private external.
I found the
internal.
problem. I found the problem. It was the same thing that I had during the actual assignment. Was that something I learned with a lot of these projects is if you go into File Explorer and then click on Network and then turn on Network Discovery, then it works. That's how I solved it during the assignment too.
Okay, there we go. So enable that network discovery for it. Okay, so sorry, for your, he's got to assign an IP address here yet though. So this network one is, why is this red X for the Ethernet? Where's your external, you're on the private you said or the internal right now? This guy?
Yeah, this one should be my private, and then there's external and internal.
Okay, so let's get in and just turn on the NIC that you're using here. He's got the red X on it. Hang on, so right click on him. Ethernet means what? Yeah, hang on, just show his IPv4. Yeah, go to IP, sorry. Yeah, so he's on in a PIP, but we need to change that right now. So open him up in network adapters, which must be him there. IPv4, click on IPv4. and give him a static IP.
Oops.
You can even make him the 0-1. It won't matter much here. Okay, and still with that red X on it. All right. There we go. Enable.
Hey, Jason, I think you have another person trying to get into the meeting.
Oh, Miguel. Okay, thank you for the heads up there. You're not using that internal for sure, hey? Who's in?
I'm just checking right now.
Yeah, just right click on him in settings and we'll see what's up there.
Hold on. No, I know what I did. When we started changing the names of the adapters, I forgot to re-add them.
Okay, so just turn him off then, and then just get it fixed there. Oh, is that okay? That's where we're at.
Yeah, I accidentally forgot to re-add them.
No, that's fine. Now we see it because we're waiting for an admin, or we're waiting for.
There.
Yep, blue, yes.
Oops.
Yep. Yep. And we'll go in and assign a static for that. Good evening, Miguel. Sorry I didn't see you right there. Craig gave me the heads up you're coming in there for. We're on Project 2.2. We're just about halfway done. We'll go through there.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. Oh, sorry. So sorry, Brandon, we're renaming Kate. Yeah, this is the guy. And then let's just give him a static. And then once we give him a static IP. Yep. Oh, perfect. Kate. Oh, point him to a DNS. Gotta give him this. Oh no, we're not writing the DNS. Hang on. 192.168.0.50. Kate. Perfect. If this is in your Progresso, I'm only saying because it's called Progresso-DC1, you have to give him the DNS and point him to Edmonton DC1 for this to work. If we're not doing that, and this is your standalone, we're going to hit OK, and we're good. Okay, perfect. Hit OK here. Okay, so now, there you go. 192.161.
Very nice.
Okay, there we go. Now what we need to do is a nice IP. Okay, well, what we want to do here is, sorry, go back to the wizard, my friend. Go back to your iSCSI and your file services now. Okay, here we are. And we're going to go ahead and type in 192.168.0.69. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so we added a static IP. Okay, to the private NIC that these guys are running off of. There it is, showing up in here. Highlight it and click add. Okay. Oh, sorry, cancel. We're good with this. Click next. Once he's in that box, he's good. Hang on, the enable chap. I think we have to do that. No, just click next here. Click next. Okay, now you should have your disk locations on this confirm. Okay, you need this screenshot. Please take this screenshot, and then you're going to click create. And this is where we left off with Michelle. So Michelle, sorry, you had the disks created. That threw me off after asking you to use it. We have to go through this initial wizard. Go ahead and take your screenshot, then create these, and they'll be completed on there. Then we're going to go back to server 1 and set up the iSCSI initiator. And we have 2 small exercises it shows left to do. And then we'll go through the troubleshooting option that it provides you. A heads up on these projects, they're going to start moving you to more and more like written, like taking your screenshots and your scans and the labs that you've done, and then you have to kind of put it into words. Okay, so we'll hit close here. Awesome. Okay, so he's got his screenshot. Guys, we're going to go on to, so he's finished. There's 3 sentences. There's 3 things that we have to do under task 5. We've done the first one. Now going to the second one, we're going to go over to server 1. Let's go over to server 1 right here, and then we're going to set up the initiator.
Oops. Get out of here. Oh my god.
We're on server 1. Okay, so just do the type in. Oh, close all these things, pal. Then we're gonna go to your search bar and type in iSCSI. Okay, open up the iSCSI Initiator app. And we have to point this guy to the domain. So for your target here, type in 192.168.0.69. Okay, click on the quick connect. Now, Michelle, you were saying this is the step where we have to enable file and network discovery inside of network properties, right?
That's it, just if you were having like connectivity issues, but if you can ping the other server, then you should be good now.
Yeah, we should be good for it. Okay, so
I just gotta check my network adapters again.
okay. Here's a PowerShell command I'm going to share with you too. I just want to make sure the target server is showing up. So you're going to run this PowerShell command as an admin, elevated command in PowerShell, inside your server 1. Oh, this guy just needs a target. Okay. Awesome. Now we're going to go back and try it. Okay, so now you've done this, enabled them. They're all set up with statics. When you're good with your NICs, we're just going to run a PowerShell command on your server 1. I just want to make sure that we can see and that the DC one will show up on here.
Do you want me to try this again?
Yeah, first do the PowerShell. First do the PowerShell command. It's in the Zoom chat. If you can copy it right out of the Zoom chat there. Yeah, Windows. This is elevated. Yep.
How do you even get into? Oh, never mind.
There's on when you're
Got
screen sharing, yeah, on the bottom there between participants and the heart or whatever the react. Okay. Enter. Nada. Get ice because you got no results from this. Go back into your file. Oh, what's our message say? Invalid argument. Get ice because he does not like it. Not set up for the target there. Okay. How to do so? A ton of PowerShell commands. All right, hang on.
So to get around this, I set the gateway for each virtual machine to the other one. And that forces the IP connectivity when you're in a work group.
Yeah, okay,
Without a
yeah, I
switch?
guess we're outside the domain for this. No one's, yeah. Okay, perfect. So you made the default gateway the other machine, correct? Craig? Sorry, Craig, you're on mute. Sorry, pal.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Oh,
You guys-
dang it.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Just go and do it on the other. Go and do it on the other before you go back to ping. So have both the sorry. So on your other machine now. On the other machine now.
What about this one?
I wasn't watching his IP, so I have no idea if he's got the right one.
Oh, I do.
But we have to do it on both machines. So you've made your DC1 the NIC for your server one, and now we just go back to the DC1 and we'll make the server one your NIC, your default gateway.
Put it here again.
No, this should be the other machine's IP if I'm Craig, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Oh,
So you're
okay,
gonna
I
put
see.
your server's IP here, your server's IP address on your DC as the DC1 inside the work group and use each other as the NIC. Yeah.
Then he could test a ping
Yes.
here.
Yeah, and then test ping on this. Wait, what? Request timed out. Okay.
Do an IP config. Which adapter are you using?
That's his top one right there. You're on your
This
project.
one.
Yeah. 0. And then .70 is your server one's IP address for it. 192. Kate, make sure that you see the same NIC show up now on your server one. Go back to server one and run the IP config for it.
Looks good. Firewall turned off.
Good point.
Oh, firewall. Yeah, go through your step setup there.
Nope.
Oh,
Yeah, you should make sure those two services are set to automatic, all the same stuff you would do every time
on
you
a
build a
normal
server.
VM setup. Yeah. Yeah, ping here. Okay, there you go.
There
Very
you
nice.
go.
Yeah, so we'll pop back to your server. Craig, thank you very much, sir. So go back to server one, search bar, SCSI tool. There's iSCSI initiator. Now let's try this. Yep. No targets available. Okay, click close it and then go back into this. Yeah, close this whole thing and then go back in. Yeah, 192. Yeah, click refresh. Click nothing. Okay, discovered targets. Okay, reboot each, and we'll come back in to test this target because you should simply just be able to type in the IP address.
What were
and then-
the other quick steps that I had to do for each one? Because I just set these up. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Oh, there's SSDP, UPnP, so turn those on. Try to enabling file and network sharing. Go back into that. So File Explorer, stay in your File Explorer. Go back to network properties. Because you can achieve what we do with SSDP and UPnP at this stage through there. Okay, nope, go hit close this, sir, and then do the second one beneath it. Do the one right beneath it. Nope, go down one. Advanced sharing settings. Yep, perfect right there. Turn on all the network settings. Do a refresh into here.
If somebody's at the point of being able to do it, I would suggest just moving on to them so we're not.
Yeah, does someone have
Doing
then a
circles.
suggestion then for this? Because I'm trying to think what we can miss. Maybe restart the machines is the only other thing I've got for it. How's this? This is what we're gonna do then for it too, because the step was just to set up for it. You're in the right step. If you guys look at that second sentence under task 5, configure iSCSI initiator to connect to the storage. Well, you've done that. The only other thing I can think of is go back now. Sorry, go back, not the IP address. Go into DC1 and click on iSCSI and we'll use the folder path. So on your DC1, go into Server Manager, click on File Services on the left-hand side. Okay, this folder. Oh, yeah. Click on iSCSI. Click on iSCSI. That folder path right there, the C:, all that. Copy that. That's right under Progresso. So this guy right here. Yeah, that folder path there. If you can copy out that folder path, we need that somewhere. Okay, and we're going to paste that now into your connection for it.
On server 1?
On server 1, pardon me, yes, sir, on server 1.
In the same window?
No, go back to iSCSI. Yeah, iSCSI. And where I was having you type in the IP address, that would be the whole machine. Paste this in, including the .vhdx. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Nope, no such. Okay, hang on. You need to connect to each target individually. Well, we should be able to do that. Or a DNS name that you've provided. Okay, so click on the DNS name should be just progresso-dc1 dot. Go back and we'll use the fully qualified domain name. So go into IP config all on your server 1 now, or on your DC1, So we go back and forth to test.
You talking about computer name?
Yep, pers. Scroll up, sorry, scroll all the way up, bud. Progresso DC1. We're not in a domain. Grab that full name, Progresso-DC1, and we'll try that. Oh, Pierre's got an issue.
It's more like how I fixed my issue.
I'm not responding, so it's doing something. But I feel like I'm just missing, like, I think I'm jumping too far ahead. I haven't done
There should be something
preliminary
on the
stuff.
server 1 for it. That's all yeah. Dude, he doesn't have NetBIOS configured to do mining. Sorry. So guys, here, offer then my suggestion would be to reboot this for a second because I don't want to move too quick and jump around without doing the steps there for it. So we'll reboot your DC1 and we'll reattempt. I don't know another way I've done it just through IP address in the past in that same bar that we pulled up on the iSCSI target initiator, and it really just shows one final window after that. And then we're good. So let's try this. The extra step that we could do after this is to just put them inside the domain. Craig, you did yours outside the domain and got them to still connect to a target server, right?
Yeah, that's correct. You don't need the domain. What the domain allows you is to use the DNS names within the iSCSI initiator and that, but the IP works. You just have to ensure you got the network connectivity and be able to ping back and forth.
Yeah, and we do have that here. So try on your server 1. type in SCSI initiator again, or iSCSI.
I'm just-
Yep.
my
Well,
DC
guys, what
ones
we'll
have
do
my
is we'll
stripe here.
attempt this one more time. Okay, it does work with the IP. Sometimes just when we're always building new VMs, we have to go back and do it again. So we'll just grab at least the screenshot and we'll move forward so that we have this project completed. And then we can always use the last hour of tomorrow morning's class to go through this. We have only 2 labs left to do this week, guys, after this project is done. Okay, we did lab 7 last week. We did lab 7 last week. Lab 8 is tomorrow. Lab 9 is tomorrow. Thursday will be wrap up and prepare you for WAS 2. Friday will be the final exam review. Okay, so Brandon, when you're good here on your server 1, type in iSCSI in your search bar. And Pierre, sorry, I saw your screenshot and I saw the red font that you added. I wasn't able to kind of connect the dots fast enough in terms of which way you're going with this. So give me 1 second here to try this and then share your solution with him for it, Pierre. Sorry.
Yeah,
No
it's not
trouble.
working.
Okay, so at least take your screenshot here for it, and I'm going to turn over to Pierre for a second.
DC
Pierre,
170.
he has his server as 70.
Yeah, so he's putting in the wrong IP there.
Server 1 is 70 and DC
Oh,
1
okay.
is 69.
Sorry. Never mind then.
Yeah, okay, so let's try some options here. So Pierre, what was your suggestion there with it?
No, it's just that I used DNS on mine and I went into Discovery.
Okay.
And then I had the check names function to verify EDM DC1. And then my iSCSI initiator was properly formatted, but that's the error I ran into. I'm not sure if it's the same deal. Mine were part of the domain though.
Yours is in the domain, and then when you tried to type in your SCSI initiator, it wouldn't allow you to do that. It wouldn't take it.
Yeah, because I was borrowing the SCSI initiator from the server, trying to put it on the client, and it didn't work. But I went into Discovery. I typed EDM DC1. I used the check names to validate it, and it returned a properly formatted SCSI initiator.
Okay, share your screen and go through that step and share, just so that we have this knowledge for it. And thank you, sir.
Just a minute.
Yep.
Locate my VM.
Yep. We'll go through these steps there. And Craig, thank you so much for your assistance and leadership there through this and doing that. So guys, we'll do this. And we'll continue to troubleshoot from there. Okay, so I like when I doing this project and stuff, I remember just typing the IP, boom, it's up there for it. We're not going to worry about moving them into a domain, but what we will do is we can't further resolve it. We'll pick it up tomorrow in the second half of class, and then we can each do some research tonight and bring our solutions, and we'll do it that way. Not a bad way to do it rather than a quick 40-minute project, which you won't learn as much from. So yeah, and then Pierre is going to share his screen and show you his workaround here for it, guys, so that we have this on the recording. And Pierre, when you're good, my friend, you can just unmute yourself. Give me a wave when you're good. I'm not trying to... Oh, perfect. There he goes. You guys watch his screen here and then let us know, my friend. Pierre does have his inside a domain. There he goes. Hang on, go back. So he went into the Discovery tab, target, and you did refresh. And then right away in Discovery, click on Discovery again. You didn't type anything in, Pierre, just pop there. Oh, he's on his...
Okay. I went into Discovery.
Yeah.
Now
hit
mine is
refresh.
already in there.
Okay.
But I'm not recognizing it. Hold on. Go back to here. 'Cause Okay, so it looks like I connected DC1 to server 1.
You connected from the server 1's end though, right?
Not sure anymore.
Okay, so we're gonna try both. So hang on, let's do a quick test here. Keep your screen up there, Pierre. Brandon, can you go into yours and try Pierre's suggestion? Starting on your server 1, type in iSCSI, but we're gonna use the Discovery tab, the second tab, the Discovery tab.
I have 2 in there.
In there?
Yeah, but it's just what I put in before the 6.9 and then DC1.
No, hang on, but it
For
showed
the-
up on its own?
I don't know if like when I do the targets.
No,
When
no.
you do-
When we're in the watch Pierre's screen, second tab Discovery, he
Yeah.
hit refresh and this guy showed up. Does that happen with you? Second tab Discovery, hit refresh. I just want to see that if that's the solution, sir.
I went into Discovery and it was already there.
Okay, just by enabling his Discovery then. Okay. Well, go into the Discovery tab, grab the screenshot of it, and then we're going to move on to the last 2 steps. And thank you for that. And we'll do a further resolution tomorrow. This now you can see why the troubleshooting steps comes into play down here, and then you guys can do a quick sentence or 2 type up for that. So whomever has their screen up, we'll just keep sharing. So Pierre. So
Yep.
guys, what we're going to do is we'll look at the different ways to troubleshoot this in class in the second half tomorrow. Okay, we'll go through the different stuff from like VM setup to IP addressing on the server to whichever. Now let's do this, please. For the last step here. Okay, so in that third thing under task 5 says to configure some sort of disk. Yeah, under task 5 for some sort of disk. Okay, create a simple volume in the disk management. So we've done that already. So you can go back and take a screenshot of you with a blue bar on one of your disks. So Pierre, go into your disk management, just show that quick, or who's ever sharing their screen. Pierre, just pop yours back up if you don't mind real quick. We'll go through the last things here.
What's that?
Or whomever wants to share it, that's fine.
Or we wanted the disk on server 1 or DC1.
Oh, right here. Perfect, perfect. Okay, so here his disk 5. Look at his disk 5. That's all you need for that new simple volume. Look, wham, bam, all done. Any of those blue bars on the bottom. Here's your screenshot for the third item under task 5. Set up iSCSI, connect to iSCSI, and then show a simple volume. There it is. Now we're done task 5 point. Now we're done task 5. Moving on to our exercises. There you go. Okay, so that's good there. Okay, so now, yeah, there's a nice screenshot there. Okay, okay, so the last steps that we're going to do on DC1, I'm going to have you go to DC1 now, sir. And we're going to have to increase the disk size on disk 1 by 10 gigabytes. Okay. Now, to do that, you can do it here. Right click on disk 1. Yeah, expand or extend, go next. Disk 1, go next and finish. Okay, so he has his extended. Another way that you can do this is if the machine is already turned off, go into your Hyper-V Manager, right-click Settings on the machine, and simply just edit the size of the disk there. There's also a PowerShell command for it too. You're in the PowerShell there. PowerShell command to extend the disk.
I'm drawing a blank, but it's like shrink expected something.
It's part of that right there. Okay, so we'll have these commands. Okay, now in your PowerShell, he did his disk part. Type in disk, go into your PowerShell, type in disk part, and show these disks 0 through 6 all set up like this, and the sizes on there. Pierre's got that set up there, so showing the disk part for it. Okay. Nice. Now we're gonna go back into your DC1 and our final. Oh wait, sorry. Next, ask disk management. Okay, so go to disk management on server 1 now. You're there. Action, rescan, which he's done. Perfect. Right there. Okay, there's his rescan. Now what we want to do, so again, he's showing you from where he's grabbed it and grabbed that. Now next after this, what we want to do is extend the E volume to 60. I think, have you done that? One of them's on there. Disk management.
Not sure what I've done on server 1.
Okay. So we're going to go to server 1 here and rescan the disks, and then he's going to extend the volume on E to 60 gigabytes. Sorry, so here's this server 1. Go to action, go to your action menu. Oh, beneath it, there's another action menu. Go click away, and then that go down under disk management, go down, down, down. Right, sorry, right here. Go right here. Yep, rescan disk. Okay.
Not sure if I'm on the right server here.
You're good. Hang on. Sorry, you're on server 1. You're good. That's all you had to do is run and do that scan there for it. Now we're gonna do this for the iSCSI target server. Go back. Craig has an awesome suggestion in the Zoom chat. So let's go back to DC1, type in iSCSI, and then we're gonna try this. Okay, on your discovery tab, go to your discover. Oh, you got him showing up in there.
Yeah, but this is the source.
Okay, hang on. Sorry. I just want to show this. I go back to the discovery tab. Go back to the discovery tab there. Okay, and then Craig, your suggestion was where in the discovery portal, type in discover portal, click that. Okay, so see Craig's suggestion, everyone. Go into the discover portal, clicked it, and then he entered the IP address of his DC1. Correct, Craig?
Correct.
Okay. That allowed it to be recognized in your iSCSI initiator. Craig, when you see this on there, oh, never mind. My question's not going to make sense. Okay. Okay, guys, we're good with that. Now what we want to do is we're going to do another step here, please. We're going to do server 1, DC1. Yeah, click OK. Yep. No targets available. Okay. Let's not stress this one for now. We'll come back to a resolution on this. I just want to finish out the steps here, so this is the only thing left to come back to. Okay, so we're going to do this. The second bullet point under exercises wants us to do this. On DC1, add a second 10 gig virtual hard disk. We're going to refrain from doing that until tomorrow night. We'll do that tomorrow night in class. Okay, and then we have to finally configure a 10 gigabyte simple volume. So there's just a bunch of, we will continue and wrap up project 2.2 in the second half of tomorrow's class, and then we still have 2 days for the last 2 labs, and the final exam review. The last thing I want to focus on is on the troubleshooting steps. Future projects have this in here. I don't require you to have to do it because we're doing troubleshooting the entire time. In the future, under different instructors and TAs, they're going to want you to fill out the troubleshooting steps. So you just copy out those 7 steps and you give it a one sentence answer, okay, plus a screenshot to support it. So we see those 7 steps in the troubleshooting, but they're going to come into play again and again. You're going to be asked to do it multiple times, again and again and again. So they're just preparing you for it. That's all. Okay. Okay, you guys good here? Awesome.
Hey,
Okay,
Jason,
guys,
just comment there. Actually, tomorrow's class is in the morning.
yeah, in the morning. So in the second half of class. Yeah, we'll go through this. Sorry, did I say tomorrow night? Yeah, sorry. So guys, tomorrow morning we'll wrap this one up and then come up with some or go through the troubleshooting for it. Number on Wednesday morning, we'll do lab number 8. Thursday morning is lab number 9. And Friday's the final exam review. You want to have the labs done going into WAS 2. Like WAS 2 is more of the same thing where you have to do the labs daily to keep building up the network. And then WAS 3 is the same thing. And I know it's tedious by the end of it. I've been with the WAS 3 course from the start till the end, and they're exhausted. They're burnt out because the projects get tough, and I'm there with them. Okay, so I may not be your TA going into WAS 2. They might move me to a different course and then slide somebody else in and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens there. But if that's the case, here's accurate information I can give you. You need to do the labs daily, okay, and keep building at it, and you'll have late nights so that you can keep moving forward. And usually the labs build on each other. So if you can finish all the labs for WAS 1, I can guarantee you that you won't have network errors in WAS 2. Every lab in the first week of WAS 2 has to go in order. Then after that, it doesn't matter for the second week. WAS 3 is the same thing. Sometimes they set that expectation. Sometimes they won't say that in class because there's lots on the go. So I'm letting you know now is the first week of each WAS course, the labs have to be done to build on each other. For this one, WAS 1, every lab has to be done for WAS 2 and WAS 3 to work. Okay, so keep grinding away at those labs. We'll get them in there. Certain things won't work because we don't have default switch or internet connectivity. One of these labs, maybe it's next month, you'll do certificate authority and nothing connects. So don't stress that, but just keep doing each lab so you get the most out of the understanding for it. The other thing too is these projects, I know in like the NATO videos we would do, it'd be like, oh yeah, here's a project, boom, 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 and we show it like, real cookie cutter type. It's not like that, and they hesitate to show videos for it because they don't want to take away from your learning for it. Well, I'll continue to post videos there for it, but don't shy away from the troubleshooting. The things I ended up learning best here were the things that stressed me out the most and kicked my butt the most, like unfortunately for it. So that's just how it is. But I'm telling you guys a few more months and you will notice that things just appear easier. They're not. The content's harder, but it's going to appear easier to you if you just stay consistent at it. You guys all in here are likely going to see that your class is going to start shrinking in size in the next month or so because this is the weeding out part. Okay. So, and I usually, it's, there's always just, we got to get folks caught up and stuff. So you guys that are in here now, keep supporting and committing and helping each other. You got a really good group in there, but I'll be upfront and tell you with about 36 students in this class, 24, 25 of you do the work consistently. Okay. 29 of you have set up almost have your stuff set up correctly for it. So it's an awesome number. And all of you guys are in here. That's included in that 24, 29 number. Keep going with that. You guys will be fine. Yeah, so no other last minute questions. See me in office hours tomorrow and we'll keep working there.
I do have a question.
Oh, I'm so
Are
sorry.
the cloud labs marked at all, or is it
No,
just like
they never
around
are.
practice?
They never are. They're for practice. And I'll be honest, here's where they originated from, sort of a thing is like when I was a student, we had all sorts of errors. They were like beta testing some of these things with us. We had errors where you guys get 60 minutes. Our things were shutting off 15, 30, 40 minutes into it on us. More prevalent, the most common issue is that PowerShell commands would not work. Something was missing from it. We were having to correct the syntax ourselves to the point where they were graded when I was a student at 1.5% each. And like we only handed in half each because of the stress associated with it. So they got rid of the grading assigned and they used it just to explain to us as this is here for your information for it. Or what was I going to say?
So not even the like the documents that we hand in when into Moodle, those aren't marked either.
I'm sorry, the documents into Moodle?
Yeah, related to the labs, because we have to like submit like screenshots and whatever. And like, is that graded or no?
Those are not graded. So my best advice with those, Michelle, is for those labs, for your Azure Cloud Labs, keep track of your PowerShell commands. Keep track of take screenshots in order where you can use it in the workplace and help reverse engineer yourself out of a tough situation. It's tough because they're timed. It's tough because they're timed for it and you have that stress. However, it's an available resource for you to use. Okay. And it's up to you to spend some time working with it there. When I did these Azure Cloud Labs, guys, I was handing in 30-page assignments because I was stressed out thinking I had to show a screenshot for everything. And literally the instructor laughed at me in class one day and was like, this is way overboard. Like literally, they just want screenshots. It's whatever you want really for it. But my best advice is the hardest PowerShell commands that usually come from like the last half of the lab, take those. You need some for, you don't need like the CD ... and the DI, like, you guys know from CLI stuff how to move folders around and find stuff. What you need are the PowerShell commands that change stuff. And then you have to see what it was before that PowerShell command went through, what it was after it went through. So you see that kind of cause and effect. And I will be honest, I've gone back and I've reread my old assignments from this course, like the Cloud Labs that I did for it. And there's no science to it. Like sometimes I can figure out exactly right away what was going on there. And sometimes I'm looking like, man, what in the hell did this command have to do with this screenshot there? So I still ran into it. Okay. The Azure stuff is just for your hand, for your practice. The Hyper-V stuff is the more important stuff because they want you to know how to, it's like learning to do math without the calculator. You're doing it right from scratch. Okay. There's tons of stress with it, which is why they get rid of the WAS 2 and 3 labs being graded for you in the next 2 months. And they still expect you to do it. And you should. You're nuts not to. You've paid for it. You need that knowledge. And there's just lots of troubleshooting involved with it. You guys are 30 days done of a 90-day ordeal. You have 60 days left of the WAS 2, WAS 3. Sorry to call it an ordeal, but it's, you know what I mean? Like the smiles go away by the time WAS 3 gets here because it's like, oh, the grind continues. So I'm being honest with you. However, once that grind is done, you never have to do something similar like this at the college again. You start doing cooler and cooler and cooler things. It's just you have to do this nitty-gritty technical stuff just to kind of get it through your system and all that jazz. Okay, guys? Any questions? Keep at it. We'll keep meeting in office hours. Keep supporting each other out there. What you guys do on Zoom is amazing. You guys literally like it's a wide class, but this consistent crew of you guys are among like some of the best. Okay, so please keep at whatever you guys are doing. You're doing something right. You're all awesome. Take care, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I'll see you guys in class tomorrow morning if we're good. Okay, take care, guys. Bye bye.
Thanks a lot, Jason. Have a good
Thanks,
night.
Jason.
This recording. So I turned the recording off now. This recording will be posted under Project 2.1